What's up guys, it's Losker. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we'll be doing a long interview style video with someone in the community named RETROXWOLF. He's a Reindog player that's known for his competition in the Multiversus Mayhem, as well as also being one of the best Reindogs at the top of the ladder. He is considered, again, a top 10 Reindog player, very talented player, and honestly very committed to the character as well, and he continues to evolve, playing just Reindog, pretty much being a solo Reindog main, and that's something I really respected. So after my first session with Chavo, I was told that I could get in touch with Retro through him, which was awesome. And so, you know, a week later, here we are, chilling, and we got to play together. Had some amazing matches, and you'll see whether or not I win some of them. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy. If you guys enjoy any of this content, make sure you guys check out RetroWolf's Twitch. He's been trying to stream a lot more, so I'll put that in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you enjoy this type of content, want to see more players featured on here, make sure you put some recommendations in the comments down below, and drop a sub as well if you enjoy. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Thanks for coming by. Are you ready to get 5-0'd? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Of course. No, I'm ready for the 5-0. This matchup is inherently tough. Like, there's a lot of innovative things you can do on a lot of the other stages to kind of make it so that you can extend combos or get away from people. But Scooby's kind of takes away from that.
I'm just making sure audios levels are good. Because, again, whenever I went against Chavo, I've been trying to do this. I'm like, I realized after the one I did with Chavo, I was like, dude, this is such like a good idea. Just play against someone and just like, like talk to them about like what their experiences are like, what they've been going on, what's like going on in their life, or like why they start playing Multiversus, why they pick their main, etc. Because there's a lot of players that like are great but never usually make content, and if they do, it's like few and far between, just to kind of put it out there. You know what I mean?
It was very interesting, and the video that I watched with you and Chavo was very well put together.
Thank you.
And it was fun, like the whole atmosphere of it. So I definitely was interested in coming here and doing a video with you.
Well, okay, so important question, right? Because I mean, obviously, Reindog isn't exactly the most popular character. Why did you decide to play Reindog, and what is your favorite thing about him?
So Reindog is the character that I saw and I was like, this is it. Like, as soon as he got pretty much as soon as he got revealed, I was like, this is the character that I could see myself playing. He's a goofball, adorable looking, and just all around fit what I look for in like a lot of my characters.
So whenever you look for a character, do you look more for appearance or do you look for playstyle?
A little bit of both. I like the projectile keep away game, so this definitely fit my playstyle as well as like what I look for in a character appearance wise.
Okay, cool. I'm surprised. Did you ever consider secondarying or picking up Tom and Jerry, considering they kind of are similar in terms of playstyle, a little bit in appearance, not super similar, but somewhat. They kind of, I don't know. They kind of just go together, I guess.
I looked at like Tom and Jerry for a little bit, but I don't know. Like, this is the character I've been playing since the game, like I first got my hands on this game.
Okay. So were you in the tech test or anything like that, or did you just play alpha?
I was in the last tech test before the release, or alpha, I guess it is.
Okay.
And then played both betas, the closed and open one. Good job. And was able to have a lot of fun during that time.
Damn.
Yeah, that move is really good.
Yeah, no, I learned how good that move is on Ledge, never used it. I was like, damn, that's so hard to counter. Because you can just use it like 5 times and it just works. Oh shit, the loop. The faded Reindog loop. Okay.
It's funny because like for a while, like I saw the loop, but I never actually like tried it. So I would always try and do like custom made combos, and I had a lot of success with that. But the problem is, like, in this game especially, and most fighting games, you have to go for the optimal stuff.
That's true.
The combos on Finn are actually really cool. He's got a really interesting like play style about him, and like the rushdown aspect of him is really what sets that character up for like success.
Facts. Wait, you can...
What, can I
I don't know if I can shoulder charge your firewall. I'm trying to find that out.
You can.
What?
Like, you can shoulder charge pretty much all of my projectiles. You can shoulder charge.
Ah, GG. Oh! Oh! Let's go! Oh, shit, I meant to... I tried to use my big burly shoulder, but I lunged instead.
Yeah, that move actually has a really big hitbox, so going for it is not that bad. The only problem is you got stuck on the wall.
Do you see yourself potentially going, like, to keep climbing and trying to go pro in this game, maybe? Maybe even ending up at, like, the next, continuing to end up at the next, like, you know, popular majors and stuff like that? Do you plan to take that as, like, a hobby and keep interest in it?
Yes, no, I definitely want to... This is the first game that I've played where I actually feel like going pro is possible.
Okay.
And I definitely want to push for it. I love this game. I love the community. And everything that's been going about it has been super positive. So to find, you know, my place in this game would mean so much to me. So I definitely want to go to majors, take time to travel for this game to put my name out there, more so than I already have.
Awesome, dude. That's really good to hear. Especially because, again, like I said, I respect it a lot because you're playing a character, like, because it's a character, not because of how good or bad Reindog ends up being. I think that's really cool.
Reindog is just one of those characters that people see, and I think they're like, I could play this character. And when you get down to the high end of play, it becomes very difficult. He's a very big body. He's fast, and he has projectiles to keep out. But so many people can just combo him and take your stocks. His offstage is like not the best as far as like, you know, where you can travel. He's fast with it though, so if you're not prepared for like that speed boost, then you won't catch him off stage.
Yeah, okay, I got you. So what other platform fighters have you played, and which one did you enjoy the most besides Multiversus?
Well, I played Smash, and I have played a little bit of Brawlhalla. Nothing serious. I was gonna try Nickelodeon, but I never actually got into it.
There's no projectile game in that game, or there's no projectile game in that at all. Like, there's no projectile play at all, which is kind of lame.
Projectile's not my only play style. Okay. It's just, like, I think that I do best with, like, you know, an extended hitbox like that. But I used to play, like, Dr. Mario and Lucario and Ultimate, so, like...
Okay.
I have definitely played my fair share of like characters that can, you know, box but also have like the projectile play to them.
Right, okay, interesting. Yeah, no, that's definitely a fun playstyle to play, no doubt.
It's the best playstyle for like playing from behind.
Right, exactly. That's totally valid. So Dr. Mario and Lucario, very interesting picks. Both characters I don't see very often either. Yeah, like I said in the other video, I mean, all I do is play sword fighters. That's the only thing ever feels natural to me, so.
Who'd you play in one of the other games?
I actually played, surprisingly, Sentinel in Brawlhalla. Because he was all around. I liked his mix of close range and like mid range with hammer. I liked how different both the weapons were. And then in Smash, my best character is easily Cloud.
Oh, I loved Cloud. I played him in the very beginning of the game for a little while, and I saw a lot of good results with him. I just never really stuck with him.
I was only ever to find results with Cloud because I don't know. I have to practice a lot to do good with a character that's not a sword fighter.
That's awesome, though. It's crazy how many like different games this game can bring together for people too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people playing Brawlhalla and Smash are like the two most popular, but you've also got like Rivals of Aether and other games like Nickelodeon All Stars that was kind of up and coming.
Yeah, for sure. It's getting intense, Retro.
Yes.
5-0 begins. Okay, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh no.
See, I wanted to go for the 360 no scope high five, and it didn't work out for me.
But the good thing is you went. If you hit that, that's so hype.
Yeah, dude, mom, get the camera. Like, like that would have been crazy. One big thing I've noticed overall with multiverse or just platform fighters in general is that people who main like characters with big hitboxes always have to have the most like just incredible mental, because like it is so frustrating to like get comboed for like 50% just because you're a big body, and that happens to a lot of like heavy players. But again, I notice like it's always like the people who are maining like the Bowsers, the Incineroars, like the Iron Giants, the Reindogs that like end up having just the best mentality while playing and not tilting, because you have to. You know what I mean? Kind of just how it is.
Exactly, because they're used to getting hit so much, they have to play a certain way, which kind of makes it them better at coming back.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's what I noticed too.
Yeah, because you want to make sure that you're always DIing in like the heart of the blast zone that is the furthest. So like a lot of the times that ends up being the corners. So you want to aim for like the corners.
Yeah, because I even made a DI guide. Like I know how it works, but it's just I don't know how to do it real time. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying my best to like implement it like real time, but it's just such one of those features you just kind of do, and then whenever you have to like realize that it's bad, it's very hard to break that habit.
Exactly. I can see that. It's, you know, and the more you play, the more you do it without thinking about it too.
But yeah, I was right there. I was DIing straight down. I should have been DIing to the left. Very.
Yeah, because then you get like the best DI possible, because you're gonna, you know, last much longer off the top. Nice combo.
Let's go. I love whenever that combo's to itself, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you hit that and it's just like, oh, that feels so good. Oh no!
Did you
I had
lag
no air
off?
dodges.
Oh, okay.
No, I had no air dodges, and I thought I touched the stage at the last second, but
okay.
I did not. I scraped by it, so I ended up drifting off to the left a bit.
Good game. Well played, man.
Of course.
You always do so much more damage. God damn.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the good and the bad of this character. The character's kill potential is kind of centered around like, you know, 2 moves, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But damage wise, you can rack it up like crazy.
Exactly.
Hope you're a conductor.
So another important question I think is really cool to ask is like how did you and Chavo like meet and stuff, and like what was he mentioned how you guys trained like for so long, like that was that you guys joke about what you being like his Metafy coach or something.
Yeah, his first. Yeah, well, he was like I was his first Metafy student is like the joke, and I think the biggest thing about that is, yes, we have been playing for a very long time together. It's going on almost 9 years now that we have known each other, and I met Chavo through my cousin. I'm sure you know who he is, Ajax, the commentator.
Oh shit, you guys are related?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
I did not know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So me and Ajax used to, like, you know, hang out and play together a lot when we were, you know, younger. And a little after high school, he introduced me to Vortex and kind of the crew there, which Jose owned, or Chavo.
Okay. But yeah, that's awesome, bro. That's cool to know. I didn't see. That's another thing I didn't know. I did not know you and Ajax were related. That's sick.
It's a little known fact type of thing. If you watch the streams, he'll mention it a lot. But outside of that, there's no real way to know. And we don't really look too much alike because it's cousins.
Right. Yeah. No. That's how it goes. That's how it be. So yeah, usually don't know, but that's a cool touch. The fact that you guys are related and stuff.
He works so hard, like at what he does.
Damn.
Oh no!
I ran out of specials because I tried to go for that backpack.
That was pretty good. Guess I better step it up.
Yeah, no, I can tell. I can tell because of how many communities he's known in. I mean, he's a very hardworking guy. I respect him a lot.
He's been at it for a lot of years, so definitely, you know, the community is lucky to have him. That's what I'll say, especially.
Oh yeah, okay. Another important question I think is cool to ask. Do you ever plan on making any sort of rain? I don't know if you have actually, because I've never checked out your YouTube or anything like that. Have you ever made a Reindog guide, or do you plan to?
I have not made one, but I will end up making one. Yes, as soon as I find like, you know, that the time to do it.
Oh, okay.
I think right now I've been focusing a lot on my streams over like the YouTube videos, but I definitely want to get involved more with the YouTube as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Almost a 3 stock, but yeah. Okay. Interesting. So, what's like for any Reindog viewers watching here? What's like a tip took you a really long time to learn? Like something that you use a lot now that you didn't use in the beginning, maybe.
So there's a few things. I'm always gonna start off with like your perk selection matters so much on this character. It doesn't seem like it does, but you need movement perks and you need ice debuff at all times. So for the most part, you'll see on all of my like perk lists that I'll always have either the movement speed on the ground or in the air.
Okay.
And that's to help you kind of get away from, you know, your opponents and give yourself a little room to breathe, because without that, it's going to end up making it really tough for you to get away from people, especially being a big hurt box. In ones and doubles, your aerial like down special, that fireball, is super important in your like overall keeping people out because of the angle it takes. You can shoot it down and then follow it on its way down, and it gives you a cover from below, which is probably one of the weaker parts of Reindog. Outside of his down air, like there's not a lot to protect him, you know, from being hit back up, and resources are super limited.
Yeah. So as someone who's a professional level 4 Reindog, I it's like whenever you hear someone talking about something you don't know anything about, you're like, yep. Yeah, no. It's crazy because I absolutely love Reindog's design. I think he's adorable, but like never been a projectile guy. Again, once I hit a certain point at Tom and Jerry, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting bored of this. You know what I mean?
Reindog is very light despite how large of a character he actually is. So there's going to be a lot of moments where I'm going to lose my stock at like 40-50% at times because I can't get out of a true combo off the top. It happens with Finns, it happens with Harleys, it happens with Bugs. So there's a lot of times where like you really, really have to play cat and mouse, and that part can be very straining for a lot of people.
Okay. So as a little question here, what do you think? I mean, you probably already mentioned most of them, but what do you think is your worst Reindog matchups? Like what?
The worst matchups by far have got to be Superman, followed by, it's looking like Rick, but he's still pretty new, so I think that the amount of projectiles he has is ridiculous.
He's so broken. There's a guy who's already 3100 MMR on him, dude, and he's been out for like a week. I'm like, god damn, how'd he even do that? Unless he's obviously like, I don't know if there's still an exploit in the game or whatever, but like, jeez, man, how's that even possible?
That is really nuts. Outside of that, Finn is a very difficult matchup once you're used to it. Like, I think it's gotten easier, so it's not like his worst matchup like it used to be. But he has a lot to deal with, like projectiles, and can really handle Reindog in a lot of situations. Up attack is super important in this matchup with Finn.
Oh yeah, up air? Or do you mean up strong?
Like up strong, like the
on ground?
You're chargeable on the ground, like uppercut type move. And then by far the worst matchup of them all has got to be Jake.
God, of course. Every single person who mains any sort of character, I swear, they always say, "My worst matchup by far has got to be Jake." They always say that exact sentence, and I'm like, I wonder who Jake loses against. Like, who does he really lose against? You know? I'm like, damn.
I mean, Jake is one of those characters that he just does so many different things all at once. He's gonna have like his zoning as well as anti-zoning mechanics to help him out in a lot of matchups, making him a very strong character.
Okay, so the question I was gonna ask is, who do you think out of all of the characters who have been released since the start of beta, which would include, I believe, LeBron was the first one. Out of all of those characters, LeBron, Morty, Gizmo, and Rick, who do you think has the best character design and why?
Out of all of the characters that have been released so far, I think, like, design-wise, has got to be probably Gizmo. There's so much that relates to, like, who he is as a character and what he tries to do. And I find it super interesting to see, like, that kind of character that can attach themselves onto their teammates. I'd say my runner-up is probably going to be LeBron, because he's just really goofy looking, and he's got all the things that you would expect out of, like, a wannabe Looney Tunes character, essentially.
Yeah, no, I love LeBron. My favorite so far has to be Morty. I absolutely love Morty's design. One of my favorite platform fighter character designs of all time. Like, I love his design. I genuinely think it's just so nice to play and to watch.
Morty is definitely one of those characters that is super interesting to watch, as well as, like, he's really funny. Like, a lot of the things he does is just really jokey.
Very good show, and I enjoyed it a lot whenever oh my god, that's a big boy.
It grows as the longer I charge it, the bigger it gets.
Yeah, man, that dude was scary looking, bro. Covered like half the stage. That was like a polymorph Meeseeks right there, man.
I mean, polymorph in general, like, since we're on.
Okay.
There
Finally,
it goes.
finally.
Since we're on, like, you know, that move, like, what is your opinion on that polymorph? The fact that it, like, changes characters to make them larger and changes opponents to make them vulnerable like chicken.
It's so underutilized by Ricks and Ladder right now, it's not even funny. It's such a good move. It's so good. It's not even like I think it's oh wow, okay, well.
Oh no, because that makes up for the one from earlier.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be meta defining, but it's a really, really solid, not only edge guard tool to like throw behind you whenever they're on ledge, but it also is just so good at, like, you can just throw it in the neutral and they just can't do anything. You can just sit there.
Meeseeks are probably one of the best projectiles in the game.
Yeah.
They're so versatile, and when you utilize them alongside the portal, it just makes it so that they, you know, they can do anything.
Yeah.
You can edge guard with them. You can reflect other projectiles. You can send them off stage to fight people. Like, they're so good.
They definitely need to tune down his normals. Definitely.
A little bit, yeah. They definitely should. Like, his side aerial, like his belt that explodes.
Yeah, yeah.
That move is got so much knockback and such a very large hitbox.
Yeah, and it's not even just the normals. His Sair, Dare, and Up special are all three some of the best moves in the game, and they're just three of his moves. And he also has some other. Obviously, I mean, Fart Bomb isn't that great. You know, he has a few weaker moves. I mean, his final hit of Jab isn't the greatest. Like, he has some issues in terms of, like, moves. He has bad moves just like any other character, but, like, the move that he does have just makes the character so good. So good. I'm super excited for the combo-based bruisers that are going to come out. I really, really would love to have a secondary that's kind of like, kind of in the same vein as, like, Luigi from Smash, because I always wanted to learn a character kind of like Luigi, where, like, you really have to know their combos and their spacing and stuff, and they just have, like, unique moves that all can be useful if you use them right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where it's like you got, like, this super intense combo character when they hit you, but a lot of the times can, like, you know, do a good job at, like, keeping other people out, as well as, like, stuff like that. Luigi's got, like, one of the craziest movesets in Smash that I think people don't really utilize as much as they should.
Right, yeah. Like, I would love to see a character who could just, you know, not loop, because I don't really like loops, but, you know, use a bunch of different moves across an entire array where, like, you need to know, like, you know, the DI and spacing of to be able to react into, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to really
exactly.
master the character's spacing in order for them to be, like, you know, insane. And that would be so fun. Oh!
Oh
That's
no,
it.
fireball.
Let's
Wow.
go! Barely, so close. That was a really
Yes, that
close
was a good
game.
one. That last stock was definitely like, okay, this is where you really got to turn up now.
Right. That last stock was too intense, man. And then the other idea I had was definitely we need to have 3 stocks. 3 stocks, 1 game, in my opinion. I heavily prefer that over, you know, a set against someone. I mean, they could do a set, but or force a set or something. Wow, that was rough. They could force a set or something like that, and that's fine. And make it 3 stocks, and that'd still be cool. But I would prefer 1 game 3 stock. Just
I
for the
think so
sake of
too.
fastness.
Most likely it's going to be best of 3. That you are forced to play a best of 3.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's so on the fence for 3 or 2 stocks, like community wise. Some people prefer 2. I personally prefer 3. And I think that the game is moving in a direction where it's getting so fast and stocks go so quickly that having 2 stocks in tournament style or rank style would not make sense.
it'll be like, you know how Melee is 4 stock? Literally, a game can last like 2 minutes in Melee, and even though it's 4 stocks. I think this game is like arguably like 70 to 80% of the same speed as Melee. Like, it's extremely quick. Probably one of the most fast-paced platform fighters out there. I think it strikes a good balance between like so fast it's not good for casuals and fast enough to where pro players look flashy as hell doing what they're doing.
I think so too. I think that is one of the better Smash games to compare this to. It really is like Melee, maybe a little PM too.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I think. This game should be 3 stocks. And honestly, the longer this game stays out, I would really not be surprised if it turns into a 4 stock type game. I'm not gonna lie. It easily could.
Ah! All right.
Hey man,
That hitbox is big.
it's massive. It's literally a falcon punch. I call it the double-sided falcon punch.
It's true, actually.
It literally is though. Like, it doesn't matter which direction I'm turning, man.
What do you think is Finn's strongest move? Funny because yes,
damn it.
that is one of my least favorite characters, just for the fact that like I think her kit is like too centered around her being, you know, fast when she's a tank.
Yeah.
But actually, I've learned a lot about the matchup, as I usually end up doing, and then my matchup charts are always different each week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
But
That was cool.
as
Even whenever I'm really focusing heavy on my movement, I still get absolutely destroyed by Wonder Woman's because I just cannot outmaneuver and not outspeed what they're doing, you know? Very difficult.
she's so fast with her combos and like how quick her moves come out. She can like overwhelm somebody.
There's a certain thing I want to do.
Put some knuckle in their eyeball.
Oh, I see that BMO chop you got there.
No! Robbed at gunpoint right there. What the
Yes.
hell?
One thing that I've learned a lot from just playing like the game in general and playing Chavo is you have to be precise with your air dodges.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And there's a lot of moves like Shaggy's like what is it word? Like this little explosion he does his down special when he's charged.
Yeah.
Or, you know, BMO chop that if you're not careful and you air dodge too soon, it's still gonna hit you.
You have to actually keep track of when you're air dodging, and you have to have a reason to be air dodging, so just doing it to do it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of times where I'm gonna autopilot and I'm gonna air dodge for no reason. Those are usually when I'll lose my stocks.
Damn,
It's
bro.
got the same property as yours, just saying. It hits a
Oh yeah, I know. Damn, I've never got hit by that above. Oh, Oh my god, okay, I don't want to talk about it. I keep using all my resources while I'm trying to box you, like while you're on stage and I'm in the air, and then I realize and I fall and I'm like, oh shit, I'm fast falling. Oh no, 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 no.
That's how I end up getting a lot of people too, is I will make them utilize a lot of their resources and then punish them for it. Usually when they come off stage to get me. Like right now you have like no, you had like one or less air dodges left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
That hit right behind me. No way,
Hey,
man.
Falcon Punch on both sides.
Falcon Punch
like
on
you were
both
saying.
sides. I gotta start saying Falcon Punch every single time I use it, man. Honestly. I think
if only it charged up, then it would be really a Falcon Punch.
But that's the thing about it, is it charges itself by moving. That's what I like about Finn the most. Is I can't think of another character who has move-based or moving. Ooh. Charges based off moving in any platform fighter, unless I'm just completely out of the loop. But like, I've never seen that, and I love it. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, no, that is a unique property to Finn with movement, being able to run with normals. No other character really has like a playstyle like that.
So what was your thoughts on your performance at the 10th Multiversus Mayhem, and what would you do different looking back?
Looking back on that one specifically, I think the biggest thing about the matchup, especially against Chavo, I need to really keep my patience with him, especially because like as soon as like when, for lack of better words, if I get tilted fighting him, I start running into a lot more of like things that are gonna rack up percent or take my stocks, and I'm not gonna play how I want to. So that's kind of what happened in that grand finals and even winners finals. I started to get a really, you know, annoyed or felt like some type of way about like how I was playing and how he was playing, and that's really hit me mentally. I think my performance at that and each one before that has only been getting better, and I can't be happier, like overall.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's definitely really cool.
Even for like Mayhem 9, like no one has ever beaten Zoo in our locals, and I'm the very first person, and I 2-0'd him.
Oh yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome.
So even that alone is like, that's a huge accomplishment. So I definitely have seen like the growth of my play, and I think that I have a long way to go still, but overall I'm doing really well. But
Yeah, no,
10 was
awesome.
definitely like highlight. That was a good tournament. It's funny because in the YouTube comments I'll get a lot of like, oh, why don't you use Gem? And that's why. It doesn't matter. It's really good if I can get you off stage, but not in this matchup.
Yeah, no, Gem, I mean, it's alright, but you just kind of go up and attack it, and then what? I used to think Crystal was super good, but it's really not that crazy. Even the following one, it just makes it even easier to destroy sometimes.
Certain maps, it's good, but yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. Never really thought of it as like a highlight Reindog move. One of the highlight Reindog moves is definitely his beam and his fire and his dare. And that's the three, I think his three best moves. I really like the beam that you can put and just get a free 5% by having it across the stage. It's also really good in twos, obviously.
Yeah, it's one of the best moves in the game, especially if you're looking at doubles, because it literally can save your partner from any interaction. You can pull people out of things, so like,
Yeah.
what can you ask for more of?
Right.
You get caught in Superman grab. You're at 30. You're gonna lose your stock. You're gonna pull him. I can pull my partner out. All of us here have kind of looked up or looked to Leviathan and said, "Okay, I'm stealing that."
Just looking at some of his accolade, like if you just go to his Multiversus stats, that dude has mastered more characters than I think anybody in the entire game has yet. Like I think he plays so many characters at the absolute tippity top level, and it's like, dude, holy shit! Like nobody else does that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, Reindog in itself, like he can make moves. There's just, you know, there's the Velmas, there's the Mortys and the Gizmos right now that are kind of showing their stuff. And the biggest, I think, character that kind of gets underlooked at is Superman. He's such a good character overall, in doubles and singles, and it's weird because I know Chavo probably said this too, but like in the past, Superman was one of the worst characters in the game.
He told me how he was an Incineroar main in Smash, and like he kind of regrets not sticking with Superman, but he's kind of happy with what he did regardless. It's like one of those things where you're like, sucks that I never ended up playing him, but you know, I'm already enjoying who I'm playing now anyway, so who cares? Like,
Exactly.
As you can see, my favorite combo in the game by far is Dare Nair Fair. That's all I use. It's genuinely the most satisfying combo I've ever used in any game. I love it so much. And I'm trying to optimize the hell out of like my follow-ups out of it. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. I'm trying to.
I see that you do go for that move a lot.
Yeah, that's like my main approach option. I mean, no, it's not. Oh, okay, that works.
It got you off of me, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. My bit in the apple.
You don't got no money. Oh, now you do.
Now I got money. I got $100.
I think that mechanic of Finn is really interesting too.
There's never been a shot mechanic on a sword fighter, which is like literally like the main reason I was interested in some specific characters. Sometimes it's genuinely just their shot mechanic. I think it's such a cool thing. Or like materials, or like Steve. Obviously, I don't mean Steve because you know I have friends, but you know, I'm just kidding. But you know, I do really like that whole conserving what you have and stuff. I need to shoulder charge more often.
Yes. That move is very vital for this matchup.
How much do you think it'll affect overall Reindog's gameplay and power if they nerf his loop?
I don't think that he needs his loop. I just think it's optimal. I was doing the same thing without the loops, to be honest, before like utilizing them.
Okay.
I think that he'll be fine. I think that the biggest thing they can do to change Reindog is make it so that his jab doesn't hold an opponent for so long, because that's how the loops are done. His down air is too big. I think that it definitely hits in weird spots where it shouldn't. That said, I mean, buff his side special. I don't think that move has enough love. The aerial one, I think that it loses to nearly everything, and more often than not, I lose stocks for using it rather than seeing a benefit to it.
Okay.
Everything else about Reindog is fine right now. I don't see an issue with anything in his kit outside of his aerial side special.
Okay. That's cool. Liking everything about your character is amazing. You know? That's awesome. And I haven't even asked, like, so what's like some, besides this, like mostly as a hobby, what else like do you take interest in terms of hobbies or a job or anything like that, in terms of like your real life and stuff like that?
Outside of it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm big into, you know, like anime, into manga, stuff like that. I'm always reading or doing stuff like involved with that. And, you know, me and Chavo have this game store, so we're always playing board games or card games and such. So we usually have a lot of fun with that. Outside of that, I have you know, my job. I just do Uber, but it gives me the freedom to do a lot more in life now. So I kind of appreciate it for that.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
And of course, I want to get back in. I want to get into more content, streams, YouTube, the whole nine.
Honestly, though, if you ever need help like learning editing software, I'm a certified Premiere Pro user, and I edit professionally in real life, so I can always help you like learn how to use that kind of stuff if you don't know how to, or need
That's
tips
awesome.
or help. Because, and I always offer that, because I mean, getting a chance to improve against like one of the best players out there is super awesome, because I want to take my content to a place where like people can learn from me, and it's just like very hard to I've never been able to get to I've never been good enough at video games, or had the attention span to really like take one character or one game to like the most. Damn, that was rough. That's what I get for, you know, talking while playing. But yeah, like I've never been able to take that to a new level, you know, play against some really good players, all on different characters, not just Finn. Definitely want to play against Hoppo, and I know Leviathan played a little bit of Finn too, stuff like that. Just people like that, and hopefully
people that you can learn from, steal their tech. You always want to steal people's tech. Like, don't ever settle for less. Create your own, by all means. Like, innovate, but like, there's a reason why certain things are optimized and certain things aren't.
Right, yeah, like
I could definitely see you're getting better as like the sets have gone on as well.
Like, you know, if like optimizing a character from mid tier all the way to top, kind of like what I'm trying to do with Finn.
Like making people opening their eyes to what is good on a character it feels good. Like,
yeah,
I know even in the Reindog, like the Reindog community, there's certain things that I have done that other people are like, oh my god, what is this? Why don't I do this? And they've changed their whole mindset. Like, I used to get looked at for playing the fire special perk over the crystal one. Why don't you play the crystal one? Why do you play the fire one? And now the general consensus is that the fire one is the best of the two. Like, there's so much about, like, it all comes back to like there's so many ways to play the game, and sometimes the way that you play it might not always be the best way, and sometimes you might be the best at what you do.
As the matches go on, I feel like in terms of like actual gameplay, I feel like I actually do a little bit worse because I get even more interested in the person and like asking questions about them. So I'm more focused on that because I'm like, dude, this person's actually mad chill. You know what I mean? Even if I did expect good things of them already, I'm like, damn, I'm low-key more engaged in this conversation. That's kind of how it was. That's how it went with you and Chavo so far. Is like Chavo was at first I was like, let me feel him out. I'm gonna see if I can beat him. You know, I really care about like, you know, I care quite a bit about, you know, winning the game, at least getting one game win in. And then as the game was on, I was like, dude, this guy is so chill.
Yeah, sometimes people are really easy to talk about, and there's such a big community, like, to find new people and whatnot. Happens with every like game.
Oh yeah, what's the meaning behind your name? Is it like an old Xbox gamer tag? Or like, is it just something like you came up with recently, and that's just kind of what you've gone by?
Yeah, it's an old Xbox game tag that I used for a long time. I've gone through a couple, and this one is the most normal of all of them. But like, it was like my first ever tag was like, I Gutty bun, something like that. Oh, no. My god, you died.
Yeah, I accidentally gemmed. Oops.
It was something stupid, and then after that, I had a lot of friends who developed this tag. So like, it was Retro X Teddy, Retro X Eagle, like all different animals. So they made me RETROXWOLF, and I've just kept it ever since.
Totally off-topic question here, but what is your experience with? Have you had conversations like with the devs? Have you talked to them? Have you gotten a chance to hang out with them or anything like that? Like, what's your experiences with the Multiversus, the devs, player first games?
I don't really have any experience with any of the devs, so I haven't met any of them or spoken to them. The closest that I've gotten to like any involvement with any of them is just Tony following and retweeting some of my stuff.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
But outside of that, nothing crazy. But you never know. Like with having like my cousin and all my friends who are involved with like the community and the dev teams, you never know what will happen in life.
That's facts.
It's his up B is crazy. Like, I've definitely, there was a point in time where I never used that move how I do now. But after like you change like how you view something, you kind of find new meaning in the moves. Like even the that claw, like the pounce that I do in between combos, no one else does that. That is something that I specifically do.
Okay.
Because as long as you hit somebody with that move, it auto cancels, and then you can get a confirm off of it after.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I got you.
But only when you
Interesting.
hit it. If you don't, then you have massive end lag, which is kind of the risk reward for it. But you can do it in between combos during the loops. Or as you saw earlier, you can go off stage with it, which I think is nuts. And you could actually get confirms off of that.
So I'm gonna make this my last. We'll say this is my last 3 games. We'll call this. We'll call this the set. I'm gonna try as hard as I possibly can to win this.
Okay.
To win this set. This is like for all
This
the
is
marbles.
for all the marbles.
Yes. We'll see how good I can do. Because
Good luck.
usually I can't put it all into fruition while I'm talking, so I'm gonna sweat as hard as I possibly can. We're gonna see how it goes.
That's fine. I'm gonna mute my mic, so we're gonna have just this last set be as intense as possible.
Okay, let's do it.
That was good though. Like, and if that was like the stage you were saying that you don't like, that's really good. That like how you were playing it.
Yeah, I was trying my best to make the best out of that match. We'll see how these next 2 ones go. Yeah. If there was a game that was gonna be won, that was it.
That was a really close game, and that last combo had me very scared. I think you were off by like maybe a few frames.
Yeah. That's so unfortunate. What a good game though, dude. That was one of the best games that was one of the best matches I've had. Like in Multiversus, yet I felt so like just in the zone. And I was having fun too.
You got one more.
All right, let's see if I can finish this off. Let's see if we can get I'll be satisfied with a 2-1. Let's see if we can do it.
Get that dub.
All right, let's do it.
Choose your character.
Oh, I forgot to stick off. Yeah, it's okay, whatever. It's just normal situation. Oh, by the way, real quick before the game starts, are you saving up for Golden Reindog?
Yes.
I figured.
I didn't realize how much I was off until I actually saw the skin. I spent a lot of my money on the quests because I just reset them because I just don't care. So I was spending a lot of money. That's 100 gold every time. So kind of lost a lot of money off of that.
How much you got now?
17,000.
Oh, okay, you got it. You'll get there.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit, but I should get it.
That shit's gonna be cold as hell whenever you get it, man.
Yes, that skin is so cool looking.
Get ready, because this biz is about to get redone.
Damn it.
Defeat.
Closer.
That was even closer. And then, like I said, you're improving every single game, and it's going to help you a lot in the matchup overall in the game.
Oh yeah.
And you were very tricky with everything that you were doing. You made that one very difficult.
Almost had it that time, man. Some of those things, the way they connected on that last stock, I could tell you were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because nothing was connecting. Like that final bite up air, I think it was. And it just kind of just let me out for some reason. I was like, wait.
Used to be a lot worse, but that move got buffed, so it doesn't do it as often. But when it does, I'm like, oh, not this.
Gotcha.
But that was awesome. I had a wonderful time playing, and talking to you. It was very chill.
No, yeah, it was awesome. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for the experience. I know I'm gonna be a lot more confident in the Reindog matchup, and just in general now. I'm gonna make sure that I keep up. I actually didn't even know you streamed until
Just now?
just now. Yeah, so I definitely have to go ahead and check out your content and see your Reindog improve over time, because I'm sure it's not even close to done yet, bro. You still got.
We are always got to improve. You always have to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
So many matchups.
And as those fundamentals and matchups, get better, then you'll definitely become the best Reindog. I believe in you, man.
You have a good rest of your night. Thank you for having me, and I hope that this video absolutely takes off for you.
I hope so too. Yeah, I'll definitely plug all your shit in the description so you can, get that new Twitch audience, bro.
Thank you.
All right,
All
peace
right,
out.
you have a good rest of your night.
Peace out, man. Take care.